Hi everyone, welcome to our primary school fitness and multi-sport session. I'm Coach Hannah and this is Coach Ruby. She's going to be helping out with the demonstration of some games today. The session today is going to be based around some fitness games that you can do at home with your primary school age kids. Just like our fitness fundamental classes though, if you've got younger kids around or you've got older kids, so those in high school, they're more than welcome to join in. You can make things easier or harder depending on the age of the kids that you have. But these games that we're using here today, we use across the Gold Coast in our primary school age classes. So just like most of our classes that we've done through the Active and Healthy online platform, we're using very minimal gear and equipment. But if we do have gear and equipment, it's stuff that you can have or that you will be able to find around the house. Now, if it's not exactly what we have, I'll give you some suggestions about things you can use. So let's jump in, let's have some fun, and we hope to give you some ideas about things that you can do at home with your kids to get them active and healthy. So our first game today, you'll see that we have a rope. Now at home, not many people have a rope like we do, but you can use chalk and create a line on the cement. You can use painter's tape or electrical tape to create a line. You just need something marked out. If there's a crack in the ground out the back or on your driveway, you can use that as well. Other than that, you just need yourself. So Ruby is going to come up to the line and put her toes just behind. For this game, for the kids, we say that the rope or the line is a laser beam. And so the idea is that they want to be jumping over the rope without touching the line. Now, if they touch the line, we say that their toes have been chopped off. All right, so the aim of this game is that when I call in, Ruby's going to do a little jump over the rope. And when I call out, she's going to do a little jump back over the rope. Now, what kids often try to do with this is they'll do really big jumps out, and then they have too much of a space to be able to jump back. So I like to cue and prompt with little jumps. So little jump in and then little jump out, trying not to touch the rope. So for this one, I'm going to instruct, and parents at home or older kids, all you need to call is in or out. But I'm going to try and trick Ruby into jumping when she's not supposed to. Now, if I trick her, she needs to do 2-star jumps, okay? So let's give this one a go. So in, out, in, out, in. Very good. So Ruby did really well at listening there, and she didn't jump back when I called in for the second time. Let's see if we can get her this time. Out, out. Oh, very good. In, out, in, out, in, out, out. Very good. So Ruby's been tricked there, so she's going to do 2-star jumps. Now, to make this harder, you can pick up the speed at which you say the in and out. So, in, out, out. Very good, good listening. So, pick up the speed. If you need to make it easier for younger kids, you can slow down the way that you say it. What some kids will often try and do as well is they'll try and jump with one foot out first, so they'll kind of leap over. This kind of defeats the purpose of the game because it means that their reaction time is going to be much quicker. So we want to encourage kids to do feet together and do small jumps over and back. Now at home, if you have a pool noodle or you have something that you can use that's long to create something that the kids can duck or jump over, that's another way to make the game that little bit harder, so they're not only just listening to in and out, but if I call duck, Ruby's going to duck down, and if I call jump, she's going to go up and over. Okay, so you can add in duck and jump to make it fun, and the kids will want to do that for a long time because it's a lot of fun to try and get them. Now, if they don't duck or they don't jump when you cue them to, then they can do 2-star jumps as well. Okay, so that's our in and out game. If you've got some older kids and they want to do more of a fitness challenge, you can get them down into a plank position, so they can do a plank on their knees or they can do a plank on their hands in a tabletop. Yep, very good. So they can do it like that, or they can come up onto their hands into a tabletop as well. So just like that. And when you say in, they walk their hands over the rope. And when you say out, they have to walk them back over the rope. Okay, so just like we do the little jumps, you can make it harder. That one I probably wouldn't do for the younger kids in that primary school age group, just because they may not have the strength to be able to do appropriate planking technique. But for the older kids, if they want a fitness challenge, you can do the in and out in a plank position. Give that one a go. All right, so we're going to get rid of the rope now and move on to our next activity. All right, this next one we call cone game. So we've got markers here. Now I'm going to set one out in front of Ruby, and she's going to stand about half an arm's length in front of the marker. This one is usually done in pairs. So if you've got a sibling at home or you've got a parent that you want to go up against, you just need 3 people for this one. You need an instructor and then 2 people in front of the cone. So if I was Ruby's partner, I would stand in front of her like this, allowing that half an arm's distance in between. So for the sake of demonstration, because there's only 2 of us, I'm going to do the instructing and Ruby's just going to try and get the marker as fast as she can. So whoever's doing the instructing, they can call out any commands that they want. So I might say hands on heads, and Ruby's going to follow. Knees, toes, heads, shoulders, knees, toes, eyes, ears, spin around. And then when I say go, Ruby's going to try and grab the cone as fast as she can. Now, if she has a partner and I'm up against her and I'm saying heads and the demonstrator's saying shoulders, knees, toes, spin around, and then go, we're going to try and grab it as fast as I can before Ruby gets a chance to grab it. Now, you can play best out of 7, and whoever wins that one gets to give the other person a fitness punishment. So if I beat Ruby 5-4, for instance, and then I could say she has to do 5 push-ups as her fitness punishment. Now you can get creative with being the instructor for this one. So you can say dance, you can say jump, you can say do a burpee, do a squat. So we'll have another round just so I can show you some ideas for being the instructor. So squat, 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 star jump, burpee, down Ruby goes, star jump, spin around, floss, shake your booty, and go. And she grabs a marker. So get creative at home, have a bit of fun with it. And if you're playing in a group of 3, you can always swap. So if I was the instructor and Ruby won that round, then she can swap out and I would have a turn with that other person, and then we could keep moving. Okay, have some fun, see if you can be as fast as your parents in grabbing the cone, and remember that fitness punishment at the end for the person that doesn't get the most cones. All right, so that's our cone game. Give that a try. You can play for as long or as little as you like with that one as well. All right, our next game that we're going to do is called dice game. So we have got a big soft dice here, which again, a lot of you won't have at home, but a lot of you will have board games. So even using a tiny dice is fine. All you need is the numbers 1 to 6. So grab out your Monopoly or a similar board game like that, grab the dice, and you can do this in your lounge room, you can do it outside in the backyard, at the local park, wherever you like. It's a fitness game. So this one's about getting your heart rate up, getting your body moving, and doing some of our fundamental fitness exercises, okay? And it makes it a bit of fun by having the dice. So you will see here, I'm going to hold the whiteboard. For this one, it just writes down what each number is worth. So if the dice lands on a 1, we're doing 5 star jumps. If it lands on a 2, 5 squats, 3 bear crawls, 4 tuck jumps, 5 we do 10 boxing punches, and 6 we call that the coach punishment or the parent punishment. So if you're doing this with your parents at home, it means you get to give them 5 reps of a fitness activity that they have to do as a punishment, and you just get to kick back and relax, okay? So if it lands on the same number a couple of times in a row, and if you've had enough of doing that one, you can pick a different exercise to do. And just remember, this is an example of what we do. You can get creative and choose whatever fitness exercises you want. So if you want different animal movements, or if you have different fitness exercises that you want to throw in, you can do that. If you want to make it harder, and this is a good idea for kids that are older in primary school, or even for our teenagers, you can throw in some weights. So dumbbells, kettlebells, TheraBands, whatever you've got, you can throw in some more resistance type activities to make it harder. So you might do bicep curls, or you might do weighted lunges. You might throw in burpees to make it harder. Give it a go, get creative, see what you can come up with. All right, so Ruby's going to have a roll. Now, if you're at home and you've got more than one kid, then it's about taking it in turns. So everybody gets a roll of the dice. If you've only got one of you or a couple of you, you can give the dice a roll a few times. So Ruby's going to give it a little roll, and it's 5. So she's going to do 10 boxing punches. So standing one foot in front of the other, and it's straight out. Very good. Awesome. And now she's going to roll the dice again and see what number we get this time. All right, 4. So she's going to do 5 big tuck jumps. So knees up to chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice work, Ruby. All right, we're going to give it one more roll here. And 1, 5-star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice work, Ruby. So you can do as many rolls at home as you like, and get your parents involved, get them doing some fitness. You can make a bit of a workout out of it. So that's our dice game. Have a bit of fun. All right, our next activity, everyone's done trivia before, but we spice it up a little bit by doing a fitness component. So we add some running into our trivia. So we're going to set up 2 placeholders. At home, you don't need to have markers. You can use whatever you like, just so you've got a starting point and a point where you need to turn around. So we're going to have a marker here and a marker out here. We've got a small space to work in here, but at home, if you're in your backyard or if you're at the park, you can make the markers 10 meters apart, so you've got a bit more running to do. Ruby's going to have a hoop and a ball. So she's going to start just here at the marker. Again, you don't need the hoop, but you just need a spot where you can bring the ball back to lock in your answer. So Ruby's going to start with the ball in her hand. I'm going to read out a fitness trivia question, and when I say go, she's going to run out around the marker, back as quickly as she can to put the ball in the hoop to lock in her answer. So this one's ideal to go up against someone. So if you want to go up against mum or dad, you can make teams if you've got more people, or you can just do it with the 2 people to see who gets the most answers correct. The important thing is that you can't start running until the person reading the question says go. Get back, the ball has to go into the hoop to lock in your answer. If your ball rolls out, the person who gets their ball back into the hoop first gets to answer first. If that person gets the question wrong, then it goes to the next person who locked in their answer the quickest. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of goes with Ruby here so you get the idea. But at home, you can get creative and come up with as many fitness trivia questions as you can, okay? If you've got a particular topic like geography or sport that you're more interested in, you can make them themed based. Or if you want some more general knowledge, jump on Google and you can find heaps of fitness trivia questions on there. All right, Ruby, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the tallest land animal? Go. See if you can answer along at home. So if you have any trouble at home with answering questions and you've got young ones, you can throw in some hints. So I might say, if Ruby was 5 or 6 and she wasn't quite sure, I might say they love eating trees, or I might put my arms up in the air like this just to give some hints.
So a giraffe.
Well done. So Ruby got that right, so she would get 1 point. Okay, then she picks the ball up again. If you're playing in teams, the next person comes to the front of the line and it's their turn to have a go. All right, let's give another go to Ruby. So our question is, name a sport that uses a bat and a ball. Go. So notice Ruby didn't start running until I said go. She's going to come back as fast as she can and lock in the answer. All right, what is it?
Cricket.
Cricket. So cricket uses a bat and a ball, so that gets a correct response. Well done. All right, we'll go one more. So this is, we're just using a mix of questions here, but again, you can make them themed if you want. All right, so Ruby, I want you to name 2 green vegetables. Go. Fast as she can, out around the marker, back, lock in her answer in the hoop. All right, Ruby, what have we got? 2 green vegetables.
A zucchini.
Great. And so if I had a little kid here and they weren't quite sure, I might say one that looks like a tree. And they would say broccoli. But they could come up with anything at all. And if for younger kids they come up with a fruit instead of a vegetable, you might be a bit lenient. Okay, so have fun, come up with as many questions as you can, and I mean that just creates another activity, another learning activity really that kids can do at home, having to come up with the fitness questions first before they actually play the game. All right, let's do one last activity before we finish up. This is a real favorite amongst our primary school kids. You only need 2 kids to do it, or a parent and a child, and it's fitness noughts and crosses. All right, so we're gonna pop out our noughts and crosses playing field. Ruby's gonna pop the markers just down that end, so we have 1 each. So we have hoops, but if you don't have hoops, that's fine. You just need to create a space to put your balls or toys or whatever it may be. So Ruby knows that she's blue and I'm pink. All right, so we're gonna go out once I say go and put 1 ball in the hoop. The idea is that I'm trying to get 3 pink balls lined in a row on our playing square, while Ruby's trying to get 3 blue ones in a row and stop me from getting 3 pink ones. Now, if at home you have more space than this and you want to make it more fitness focused, just spread it out further so that you have to run 10-15 meters before you can place your ball in the hoop. If you've got partners and you want to make a team, then you run out, come back, and then the next person goes. Once all the balls are in the playing square, if you still haven't got 3 in a row, then the person's job is to run out and back and change the position of the ball so that they can try and get their 3 in a row. All right, we ready to go? Ready, set, off we go. As fast as you can, you want to try and create. Oh, good, Ruby, nice save. All right, so we've used all of ours, so it's a matter of running out. I'm going to stop Ruby from getting 3. All right. Okay, you got to come back each time. And 3 in a row. So I got my 3 pink in a row before Ruby did, so I'd give myself 1 point. You can play best of 5. And remember, at the end, whoever wins the game gets to give the other person a fitness punishment. So whether that's 5 push-ups, squats, sit-ups, choose what you like. So they're our fitness games today. I hope they've given you a few ideas about what you can do at home with your family, with your friends, and even once we're back into school, you can play these games at school as well. So thank you so much for joining in. Thank you, Ruby, for being our demonstrator. We hope you had fun and we hope to see you around our classes on the Gold Coast. Cheers, guys.